here live from the ATA show with Connor and Cole from the Road Outdoors. How are y'all doing?
Good. Good.
Getting a little tired.
Yeah.
It's getting late.
10:42 Eastern time.
It is. Yeah. Luckily, we came from Central Time, so we're an hour.
Yeah.
We're feeling a little better than you guys
Same.
probably, but
Same with us.
yeah,
we're on Central barely. Did y'all see anything interesting today? Day one.
We walked around a bit. We'll do a little more walking around tomorrow, but yeah, there was some cool stuff. A few new products out and about, and some pretty cool vendors that showed up this year.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask y'all the question. What's the best thing you've seen so far?
Yeah.
That's what I ask everybody today.
Yeah. I don't know. There was that concrete.
The bino harness.
The bino harness was cool.
What
Yeah.
brand was that? I need to shout them out.
Strippers or strip. Yeah.
Yeah, he's only been in business for like a year, but he had a sick bino harness.
He did.
Striver gear.
Striver gear.
Yeah. I'll definitely be buying one of those.
Yep.
Legit.
Yep, that guy. And then those and there's not concrete targets. I can't remember their name, but they had all those wild
The dinosaurs and stuff?
Yeah.
Zombies. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they look. They seemed really quality made too.
On the bino harness, did you see the one on the mannequin that had the pistol?
mount, yeah.
That is genius.
Yeah.
That I struggle with
And
that.
you can take your.
Bad.
Well, the cool thing about that was the way he explained it, because he's from Utah. You can take your binos off, yet your pistol still stays strapped
on.
in.
Yeah.
So if you're cleaning something, your pistol's not laying with your bino harness.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course, with saddle hunting, it's hard to pack a pistol on your side, and then if it's a big pistol, it don't fit with your binos. So that's the fix for it.
The dude's got it figured out.
Oh, for
You just got
sure.
to get it out there. It's
How long did you say you'd been in business?
Last year.
Yeah.
Really?
Been like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a one-man crew.
Yeah, he's all by himself.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even talk to him that long.
Yeah.
But dude, seems legit.
Yeah.
For a one-man run, he were to do good.
Yeah, he'll do all right, I think.
Yeah.
Once he gets out there.
I don't know if y'all seen it, but Gas Bowstrings booth, they had a gyro on a stabilizer.
I don't think we saw that.
No, we walked by gas, but we didn't stop and look.
You need to go by and look at it tomorrow, but
Yeah.
essentially, the best way he described it for me, that it isn't going to just help you. It's for target archers, obviously, but it isn't going to make you a better shooter. But if you're a little bit off of X, it'll calm you down enough to hit the X. It's wild
crazy.
looking.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's literally like, I don't know, like a gimbal
Mm-hmm.
on a stabilizer.
Mhm.
Who knows?
It'll be interesting to see if they make any regulations about that for those guys.
Oh, yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah.
That's like AI and on the phone stuff.
That's almost getting too much. Yeah.
One other thing I seen was that, I forget what it's called, Antler Score? Is that what it's called? Antler something. Anyways, you take your phone with this app and walk around your deer and it scores it.
Really?
The guy said it's like give or take like 5 inches.
Yeah.
That's close enough for a phone.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how many times
Like,
you
I'll probably
been?
give or take 5 inches.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Those probably are.
I could probably look at one and get close.
Yeah.
For real.
That is cool though. To have a
One
do it on your phone. Yeah.
Well, it takes, a decent amount of time to score a deer.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can get within 5 inches,
That's fine.
it'll either be a good 5 or a low 5,
Yeah.
so it don't matter.
Just round me up. It'll be good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's cool.
Connor just finally connected.
I did. Yep. January 1st, I was able to start the year off pretty good. It was a deer that I knew about for a while, and he just was nocturnal and would kind of just come through randomly during the rut. He just following does. Every time he was on camera, he was with does. He was the big buck in the area. But late season he started noticed it on cameras. He just kind of started really on a pattern, coming out there and eating. It's just hay pasture and cattle ground, and
we talk about all the time, like you can go through a whole patch of acorn trees, but you got to find that one tree.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me. I don't know why or how.
Something special about it.
I don't know if it's to be sweeter or saltier, but you said all them coming to that one acorn tree. It's like, why the one?
It's like how we all have our favorite restaurants, I guess.
Yeah. And that
Yeah.
was early, so I don't know if it's because it was one of the first ones dropping.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that was September, 18th? Oh, yeah.
17th.
Golly.
Yeah.
September 17th.
So it was early. I didn't realize it was that early.
So I don't know if it was one of the first trees that was dropping. It was like, But, yeah.
What did it go? Just square it?
I was like, what did we say? Oh,
Everyone was guessing the mid 140s.
yeah, mid 40s.
So daggum good
It's
freaking
good
first
deer.
buck. Y'all get, how many buck tags y'all get in Missouri?
2. But the thing is if you kill one that early, you don't get your second buck tag till rifle season. So basically, I killed the second day, and I didn't get a buck tag till November 20th or whatever it was, whenever rifle season opened. So you kind of have to set out some of the really good hunting, which is late October, beginning of November.
Which is fine if you're shooting a 140 and 3 days in.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't complain because you'd shoot that deer every day, so you got to shoot them on whatever day you see.
We would. You might not, since you're a big buck killer, you know.
I'm not above shooting one. Obviously.
I don't think I've ever heard your big deer story, actually.
Cool. I mean, that's a whole
Throw it back here.
coaster.
We can summarize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Droppy, he would have showed up the first year I had him, which would have been 3 years ago now. Showed up October 12th, I think it was.
2 years ago?
Yeah, I'm talking about the first year I had him,
Yeah. So you killed the deer last year.
Killed him last year.
Yeah, you killed the deer
had
last
him
year.
on
Had him the
camera
year before.
that.
Yes.
So, yeah. But, yeah, showed up on October 12th. I had already killed a buck. And so, you know, obviously out of a tag till November. And he shows up and he's, I'm guessing, 170-ish. Still has his same drop time, same everything. And never have one daylight picture of him, to my knowledge. Had him all throughout the winter. Hunted. No daylight, no deer, nothing. It was like hunting a ghost. Season ends, he's gone. No sheds, no nothing. Just gone with the wind. And I'm like, well, probably last time I'll ever see that deer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, but always in the back of your head, you're like, maybe I'll show up next year.
Yeah.
So next year comes in, and I was hunting this really cool old 8-pointer. I'm talking like 8-9-year-old deer, just an ancient, looked like a horse. Started out hunting him, and middle of October rolls around, and about that time, it's like, is he going to show back up?
Yeah.
Because, you know, deer do the same thing year to date a lot of times.
Yeah.
History repeats itself.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah.
100%.
Sure enough, a week later to the day, go pull a card.
There he
There
is.
he is. And it is like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll never.
On the video.
It was a video in the first one.
Yeah.
Because then I went around, because I had a handful of regular cams out.
Yeah.
And he hit like every regular cam. I had those on a scrape. And I had some of the best trail camera pictures I'll probably ever have of a deer. And they were insane. And I mean, yeah. From that moment on, that was probably October 20-something.
Yeah. It
was
was.
the beginning, 22nd, 23rd, something
Yeah.
in there probably.
Yeah. Because I still had a few days on my trip. And
Yeah. It was basically like, showed my dad, like, hey, is there any way you can let me off for the rest of deer season, basically? And I mean, I started hunting.
Yeah.
Hunted a week. He was gone. No pictures, no nothing. And then I'm trying to think, because I hunted into youth season. Connor was still out of town. So I was self-filming in the rain during youth season.
I think I left again or something.
He left for like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that got us to the beginning of November, which then he showed back up, and our rifle season was coming in on the 10th,
12th, I think.
12th, 11th. I thought I killed him on the 12th.
That's right. Yep.
So I killed him the second day rifle season. But anyways, we started hunting. I mean, we hunted basically every day.
No.
Go hunt the morning, come back, work for maybe a little bit, and go back out for the evening. And it was the Friday before gun season. We were going to park on a different side of the farm, which is up against the highway. We're getting ready to pull off the side of the road, just park in the ditch.
Mm-hmm.
And there he stands in the middle of the road, 30 in the morning. We just nobody said a word. I said, oh my gosh. He just stands there, kind of looks at us, jumps off in the ditch, hops back on the farm. We just looked at each other like, that is a giant.
Yeah.
But guess we're not gonna park here this morning,
So what do you do now?
Turn around, buggy back to their side, and crazy thing was we still set the same tree. We knew what tree we wanted to be in, and got in there quiet that morning. And shoot, so soon as the sun started coming up, they just came out in this food plot about 150 yards away. Throw up the binos. I mean, it's that kind of dark. You just can't really see. As soon as I see, obviously, it's him.
Yeah.
And that's just the whole tree started shaking at that point.
Yeah, sure.
Ken called at him a few times and nothing. It was dead calm. I mean, there was not a stitch of wind, cold, frost on. I grunted at him, picked his head up, and walked down this logging road, 150 yards, all the way to 29 yards.
Golly.
Where he catches me midway through my draw and panicked. Just like, I don't know, it's hard to describe the feeling during that. You're like, you got to get a shot.
What do you do?
This is it. Rifle season opens tomorrow. So I shoot and I skip it off the top of his back.
Oh, shit.
And that was, 34 sits in on that year? I killed him on set 36.
Yeah.
Obviously, they
remember.
weren't obviously, all 30 sits weren't on that same deer.
Yeah.
Because we started early. But we had hunted hard.
Yeah.
And all for that moment, it was perfect. That's how we drew it up. We're like, she's going to walk right down this road. This is going to be exactly what we want.
It was.
And it was perfect. And then, you whip the shot like that, and that makes you feel like a little man real quick.
Oh, yeah. Because when we cry for a while.
Yeah. Go home, and it was a bad deal. It was a rough couple of days.
Yeah, I don't think we talked on the whole way drive home.
No, just drove home, and it was like, man, that was it.
Yeah.
So you're not getting another chance at that deer.
I didn't think we'd get one chance.
No, I didn't think we'd get one chance, and that was it. And Connor handled it a lot better than I would have. He was like, dude, it's all right, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, he gave up his whole hunting season to film me hunt this deer, and then whenever it comes in, miss it.
Yeah.
And it's like, he sacrificed a whole season to watch me miss a 200-inch deer. Tough pill.
Yeah.
And for him to keep hunting with me after that, we grinded it out. Rifle season opens the next day. Have him on camera that night. So he's still in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there opening morning, you're just hearing every gunshot in the world go off. Thinking,
Scared to death. Yeah.
there ain't no way he's alive. So that was after the first day of rifle season. We don't see a whole lot. Get another picture of him that morning coming back to bed. And so have a pretty good idea where he is. And hunted him that morning, nothing. And then it was Sunday afternoon. It was like 60 degrees. We went back to Connor's house, took a nap. And we're basically dead at this point. We've hunted nonstop. Just drained emotionally. We were all out there like 3:30. No, it was like 3, sorry. We're out there like 3. By the time we get to our stand, it's like 3:20. And shoot, we don't sit down for 5 minutes. We can hear a deer walking.
We heard him a long time before we saw him.
I mean, this deer's probably walking for like 15 minutes. Connor's like, there's a deer. I'm like, and
Cole's playing on his phone.
I'm playing on my phone. It's 3:30. It's 60 degrees. I'm like, some fork.
Nothing's
around
happening.
looking for it out.
Yeah.
It's nothing cool. And finally it gets to the point where it is so close, and
his drop tines.
And he wasn't a row crop deer.
No.
We're talking acorns and rocks.
Yeah.
And put on 30 inches in a year. Wow.
And Buddy just never could find him. I would love to know where he stayed, because he didn't show up till October. And
No.
Yep. Nobody came out with any velvet pictures of him. We figured somebody would.
Yeah.
Be like, nobody did. We had a few people ask us, "Hey, did you kill that deer around here, so and so?" And nobody was close.
Nobody had even seen him?
Nobody. We never had anybody
that was the thing. Like,
come
you'd have
forward.
thought a deer like that, like somebody would have.
Well, yeah. I mean, you take
There
like,
was nothing on that deer.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
With today and trail cameras and everything, I mean,
A 200-inch deer, if somebody's got a picture of him and you kill it, you're going to know it.
Well, especially that recognizable of a deer.
Yeah.
oh yeah, and
There was no, yeah. But yeah, you'd have thought somebody,
Huh.
because there's plenty of people that hunt around this.
Yeah, I'm sure. Me and Jake had this conversation earlier about the big Lee Ellis deer. You watched it for like 28 minutes, which is, you were saying you watched that deer for a long time.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Oh,
28 minutes would feel like
so
1 minute feels like forever.
Golly.
Well, it's just like
28 would feel like.
whenever we missed him, dude, it took him like forever.
Especially on a deer that big, but like, at what point do you like, all right, this is it. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It was just kind of all instincts.
Yeah.
Because Connor's like, when are you going to shoot him? I'm like, I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
like, I start drawing my bow back, and whenever you go back, you're like, man, I probably should have waited
Mm-hmm.
and almost let him walk past us.
Yeah, but how do you wait on a freaking 200-inch deer?
That's the other thing. We're talking like if you
Something
wait,
you've
if
never
you
seen
wait,
before.
I mean, he could look up there and peg you.
Yeah.
You're not even drawing. There's so many scenarios, what ifs.
Yeah.
You can always go back and play it, but in the end, it all worked out.
Oh, for sure.
But it was
Yeah, that's cool.
lucky for sure.
Absolutely. Is that the biggest deer killed in that county? You got like a regular or anything?
And then Game Warden said it was the biggest he'd ever heard of, but
And-
there's been a few other.
Do you have any trouble like
It's a big
with
deer.
people trying to say like come off their farm or the game warden wanting to see it or anything like that?
No.
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 We were
Which-
surprised with that,
Yeah,
actually.
we were surprised. I mean, we figured we would get hit pretty hard after that, which
Yeah.
great thing is everything's on film.
Yeah, that is true.
So
So you can't really do nothing about it.
Yeah.
here's the footage.
Yeah.
Here it is. And we know the Game Warden, and
Yeah, great guy. Both of them really good
they're
guys.
good guys, and we go to like a bunch of the NWTF meetings and sit on some of that stuff, and we got their phone numbers. If you have questions, text them. I mean, they're helpful, good dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not the ones that are going to give you trouble. It's
all the
it's
outside.
it's all the people that are just coming up with stuff. I heard a
Yeah.
couple things. People were like, "Oh yeah, well that's a good deer for a thermal or whatever." It's like,
Yeah.
we can show you the video. Like this deer
shot
was-
over a corn pile.
Oh,
yeah, I heard a lot of that. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just
The rumors are, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's
and it got to
terrible.
the point where it's like, go on with them.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you want to
whenever-
see it? Do
Yeah,
you
we
wanna see
did
the
it.
video?
Yeah, like whatever.
You produced that video, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
filmed the
so-
whole thing, edited the whole thing. Turned out to be a great story. The fact that you did have the miss was just added to the story. Made it.
Oh yeah, made
Oh
it.
yeah. And
made it
history
so
with
much
the
better.
deer.
Yeah,
Did
the
you
history was
have
cool.
previous video footage of the history or just the last year?
I didn't have any video of the deer before. We had trail cam photos of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we never saw the deer until the morning we saw it in the road, which was the same morning he missed.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Yeah.
intense.
which was, you don't expect to see a deer like that when you're driving down the road. The whole story's wild, and to get it on video and to get every aspect of it on video was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, he filmed every single sit day.
it was nuts. Yeah, I still can't believe that it happened like that, and that we did video the whole thing. Like,
Oh yeah.
that's pretty wild. So
Well, and just to keep pushing, like,
yeah,
after
Yeah.
you miss that sucker, would have been very easy to be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. You could definitely fall into a like sending him stuff,
Yeah.
and then you kill one legal. Like, we'll put you in a magazine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
It's cool, but
that's just whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we would be doing that regardless.
oh,
whenever they
absolutely.
return.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to have it in the memory to be able to
Yeah.
show my, hopefully I have kids one of these days. I mean,
Yeah.
kids will be able to watch it. I mean,
Yeah.
The next question would be, how do you? Obviously, that's probably the biggest deer possibly you will ever kill.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you recoup? How do you go hunting the next year? Like
I'm
what?
glad- I'm glad we're
What's your
talking-
aspect?
I'm
look
glad we're
like?
talking about this.
Yeah.
Because I have
So honestly, it's like, we were like, well, you killed the biggest deer you ever gonna kill. Like, great deer where I live.
Yeah, same for us.
Acorns and rocks. Yeah. I mean, that's my.
So you're just kind of like, oh,
and
pressure relieved. I can have
pressure
fun
relieved
now.
and not only that, but like, I don't know, I feel a lot more calm.
Mhm.
Like if I had those first two sits, I had some big deer underneath me, and it was, I don't know.
Yeah, I watched the
so
video.
much
Y'all were
stress and
chill.
I was just chilling, and it was nice. I don't know if it was confidence or what it was, but it was
Mhm.
just like, we've been here, we've done this.
Yeah,
Keep your composure, and it helps with just
I'm sure.
taking a shot. Yeah.
there's a confidence aspect to it, for sure, for me too. But I think a big part of that is people say, well, what are you gonna do now, or where do you go from here? And I don't think it's not that. It's just I think for me, I learned to appreciate the deer we do have more, the
Oh, yeah.
140s,
Yeah.
150s.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all obviously still chasing huge deer, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to kill a huge deer, but once you do it, it's awesome. And obviously, I didn't pull the trigger, but for me, filming's awesome. I was there. I got to see everything happen.
Mm-hmm.
It was just as much
Connor
satisfaction.
killed the deer as I did.
Just as much satisfaction for me. But anyway, we both killed 140-inch deer this year, and we had just as much fun doing it. Like,
Yeah.
there's no it's still mature deer. A mature deer is a mature deer.
Oh yeah.
What's on his head gets you excited, but it's different. Killing that, going back to last year, the deer we were hunting before Droppy showed up, that would have been, I wish we could go back and hunt that deer every year, because I know once we finally, I say we, but if we ever were able to kill it on film, I would be way stoked to kill that deer.
Would have been
that
just,
deer was
just as excited.
we never
Yeah.
saw that deer in the daylight. He was a tough deer. So,
We like the little cat and mouse game.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
chess match is the funnest part.
Yeah.
yeah, but once you encounter a deer like that, people say, "Where are you gonna go from here?" But we didn't have any issue with that. Yeah, we still crave the hunting part.
Yeah.
We still crave the side, the inches and all that, and that's great. But it's just different, and I think it made both of us kind of appreciate it for something else than what
Yeah.
the rack size.
Yeah.
Not only that, and just like the amount that we learned in that year, dude, it was insane.
We learned a lot.
When you hunt that much and you hunt that big of a caliber or deer, like that's very smart. You learn a lot in a season.
I'm sure.
And whenever you can hunt a farm 7 times,
That's a lot.
by November 12th and not have every deer scared off the property,
Yeah.
we had everything down to a T, our access, our wind. I mean, we truly hunted everything right. And you can hunt a farm that much and you do it right. And it went like it just, I don't know, opened our eyes. Like you can
Yeah, for sure.
hunt a farm this much and not scare all the deer off of it.
Yeah, you can do it right for sure.
What do y'all usually hunt as far as you hunting pressure points or not food plots, but feeding areas?
last year. It was the first year they row cropped it. But I mean, they just cut corn for silage, so we're not benefiting.
Yeah.
It's not like we're getting beans down there or anything. But yeah, I mean, we put a lot of work into that farm, and I would say we didn't spend much time on it this year, but I don't know. Where we live, it's just vast. I mean, we have a lake property. It's nothing but timber.
Yeah.
We just hunt a lot of everything.
It sounds like what y'all have is similar to what we have. I mean, pretty much I'll exclusively hunt just big hardwoods, just because, I mean, we're in the mountains where we are, and I'm hunting pressure points 90% of the time. Early season, two bed from bed. I mean, really ain't no other food sources where I'm at besides acorns, persimmons, stuff like that.
Yeah, very similar.
Which I'm a firm believer in. Deer are like people. They're lazy, and I mean, you come home every day and walk through your front door or your side door or your garage, deer's gonna do that too.
For sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah. And old deer are lazy.
oh,
They're the laziest.
especially
Yeah. So
you don't realize just how lazy they are until you get out scouting, tracking
yeah,
signs.
for sure.
You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, especially if you get to watch them. If you get to like observe big deer, they're slow. They kind of
They're just like mopey.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
mopey. Yeah, they're not trying to.
Never in a hurry.
No, they're not a 3-year-old. The 3-year-old's up and running around, and he's ready to tear down the woods.
Oh, yeah.
But those big deer, they're not. They know where to go. They know where they want to go, and they're just slow.
And the
Their
thing-
world moves slow.
And like
They're smart too.
what we noticed is both those big deer that we were chasing that year, they like to be isolated.
Yeah.
They do.
Hardly ever with another deer.
Yeah.
Hardly ever.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot.
And then, because it makes it almost hard.
Yeah.
Because you know what majority of the deer are going to do. Well, then you have the oddball he's not going to be with them. So you got to think, what is he going to do that these other deer are not doing?
Yeah.
But
I've got a real good friend of mine that we got a velvet hunt, and it's always hot as crap, but pretty much the only deer you're going to kill are bachelor group deer.
Yeah.
He'll velvet hunt, but he's like, Andrew, I ain't hunting these bachelor groups because, I mean, the mature deer ain't there. There's a bunch of young buddies chilling out until their testosterone gets high. And he's a firm believer that you're wasting your time hunting bachelor groups, which is hard sometimes when you're hunting 120, 130-inch deer that are just, patterned. Every single day they're coming out to feed.
Yeah.
But he will not do it. I don't know. It's hard for me to... I either got places where I see a lot of deer or I'll see one deer. But usually the one deer I see is the deer that I'm after.
Yeah.
So...
And that's hard to do because you sit so many times and you don't see deer.
You get...
And that starts,
It takes a toll on you.
That wears on you.
We talk about this all the time. Something else that takes a toll on you is like decisions. Sitting in the truck. All right, the wind's changed. What do I do? Where do I go? Well, if we go here, that might not be right. Second guessing yourself. Like, people don't realize it, but like, that will literally drive hunters crazy.
Oh, yeah. You set up in a tree, you throw all your stuff up, you hang your platforms, latch into your saddle, and then you're like, we should be in that tree over there.
Yeah.
And, oh, dude.
And then at that point, it's like, should I or should I not? Should we move? Is we got enough time?
I can move, but should I? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the best part about hunting that big deer was obviously we had the saddles.
Yeah.
I hunted parts of our farm that we never set before.
Yeah, for sure.
We hardly ever set in the same tree twice.
Dang.
It was. I also think that's why we got away with hunting it so much too. So we were never.
What's that?
I mean, we could hunt the same plot, but we were always in a different tree. And when you bounce around that much, nothing's gonna pick you out or peg you.
Oh, for sure.
But that was a big key into figuring out what he was doing.
Yeah.
Being versatile. But
Yeah, there's a lot. And then this year, kind of got in a little lull right there in between after he killed.
Oh, yeah. We were slow, and, he killed his, so we felt like we had a head start. And then all of a sudden we realized, we don't have a head start anymore. Like, it's
It got
almost
up
gun
quick.
season. Yeah.
We were busy with work this year.
Yeah, I had a different year with work and stuff and editing and whatnot, and and we were trying to work, and we kind of had that idea in our head. You always have that idea of like, all right, and next week's coming, it's gonna get better. 2 weeks, they're gonna be hitting scrapes hard. Then we have November, which is just fun, and you just got to be somewhere.
Yeah.
And then next thing you're like, oh, gun season's over, which in Missouri, gun season's middle of November-ish, goes to around Thanksgiving. Anyway, it's the end of November, and you're like, where? Which is historically deer love it. They come out and eat it all the time. Normally they're there early. This year they weren't with the acorns, but after I think it got cold enough and they needed that green instead of just the acorns. I think that really brought them out. But Cole's farm is a little different this year. We expected the deer to show up late. They just didn't. They still haven't. And we're almost in the middle of January now. So that's weird. I guess we'll see this summer what happens there. But we've kind of
back to the acorn crop theory, kind of.
Yeah, I think so.
Because that's the only thing that has changed. I had 3 times as many deer this time last year. I mean, I had probably the most deer I'd ever seen at that farm this time last year, and it's like
And a lot less acorns.
a lot less acorns.
Yeah. No, there was a lot of deer that knew about that though and didn't come back. So I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
see.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. That'll just take time.
Yeah,
We'll see
sure.
what happens there.
Is the same place that you have all the food plots the same place with all the acorns, or is that different?
It'll be the same.
Yeah.
We just really everywhere around us had acorns and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So same situation where I killed mine. We sat there multiple times and did this year and did not see a deer, which is super uncharacteristic of that spot. To not even see a deer is historically pretty crazy. Yeah. So we just it was rough, but we ended up making it work somehow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, cutting it close towards the end.
yeah, we did. Yeah.
That's tough though. I mean, that kind of goes back to the whole, not depression, but like the decision making. You hunt that much, and
well,
you start second guessing yourself on everything.
Oh,
at that
for
point.
sure. It came down to it, and we have that muzzleloader season, and I told Cole, I said, well, the muzzleloader season lined up with the red moon. Yeah. And the one of the times that deer daylighted was during the 4th day of a red moon. And so I'm not super big on, like, I'm big on the idea. I don't know the science behind it too much. I haven't dove into it, but long story short, the red moon works. The app works. It's great. I think it's an awesome method, but I knew I had a good chance at him. And it was
He's not gonna say it, but he called a shot.
Yeah.
So he said, "Hey, I'm gonna kill this deer."
Yeah, I had a good idea. I knew I would. Not gonna say I knew I would see the deer, but there was a reason I was out there hunting.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
It was pretty. I mean, yeah. You won't admit, but you were pretty confident.
Yeah, I was confident for sure. So
which was cool.
Yeah, it was cool for sure. And I told Cole, I said, this is my last week after the red moon. It's gonna get real cold. We're gonna be up here at ATA, and I'll call it a season after that. If I didn't catch up to him. Yeah. And I ended up getting him. So
that deer was earned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like, dude hunted.
Yeah, I kept seeing you posting videos. It was like, got close, or your title was like, got close.
Oh, yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
And then,
because I did shoot one. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all sit. Is that the one you sitting on the ground?
Yeah, I shot one off the ground at like 15-ish yards. I mean, close enough. Don't even have to range it. But, that was late October. Ended up hitting him high shoulder. He survived. I got some trail cam photos of him. Seems to be doing great. So,
yeah, I mean, didn't get hardly stepped and it flew out.
Arrow flew out of him, and I knew it. The video is also online.
Yeah.
But you can see me in the video tell Colt, like, right off the bat, I'm like, I did not know about that.
Yeah.
Like, I was confident when the shot went off, but when I saw what the arrow did, I was like, ugh.
And the whole situation was so weird because we had a decoy out in front of us and the deer came from behind us.
That was something that I'd noticed y'all do a lot. Y'all pack that decoy a lot.
We did this year.
Yeah, we try to.
And
For the sole fact that we're chasing that, like, perfect, you see it on TV.
Yeah.
The big old buck sidesteps into the decoy.
Yeah.
I just want to experience that. You know, whatever. It might take a few seasons, but surely it'll work eventually. We're going to keep packing it, yeah.
Do you notice, like, what do they entertain it? The young bucks try to beat it up or what?
Yeah, so I mean, I took it to the lake that one time.
Yeah.
Saw multiple small bucks, and yeah, like I figured, like even the does, they didn't care.
Yeah, they just didn't care. Yeah.
And the small bucks would come, you know, they'd get 15, 20 yards. They weren't up there chesting it up.
Yeah,
One did, but they didn't care. It didn't bother them. So, which makes you feel good because you're like, this is either going to make or break it, and then you take it and nothing's scared of it. So
Yeah.
why not keep taking it?
I mean, it could either not hurt nothing or it could draw something in, I guess.
Exactly. That's kind of the way we looked at it. If it doesn't hurt,
Yeah.
he's either going to come in or he's not.
Yeah.
He's not going to go around the decoy more than likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the stuff where we're using the decoy is most likely we're using it in a position where we're not setting it up like right on a trail or something.
Yeah.
If we're hunting a trail, we're not going to use decoys. We're not going to mess anything up, but we're putting them in areas where deer can see pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be calling a lot.
Yeah.
Pretty often. Really, if we're using that decoy, we're using it for the sole purpose of it's rut. There's a lot of deer running around.
Mm-hmm.
We might find that one that wants to play and come in and mess with it.
Yeah.
So we're not, it's not early season. It's not late. We're deer patterned. We're just, hey, if one wants to play,
If it works, it works.
this works. Yeah.
And it would be some cool footage. One just come up and just plow that thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're chasing.
Like we had that one encounter, we rattled in this buck. And
yeah,
like what I learned from that was he came in on the downwind side, obviously, which we knew, but he came out of this ravine and we didn't have the decoy on the edge enough.
Yeah.
So he was looking up and he can't see anything.
I don't think we didn't have the decoy at all. I don't think.
Did we not?
Nope.
Oh.
The short brown buck?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think we had it at all.
Maybe we didn't.
Oh.
Okay, maybe that's, maybe we didn't.
But we needed it.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, we needed it. Yeah, and that's when we started taking it to Dale's.
That's probably why.
After that, yeah.
Because he came in, he couldn't see anything.
Yeah. He was like, oh, there ain't nothing out there for me.
70-ish, 80 yards, and turned around and walked off.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, oh, if we had the decoy, we'd have killed him.
Yeah. I've seen a bunch of times, like, people have them Glendale targets in their backyard, and they just wake up, and they're obliterated.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, like, what that deer thought that was.
Yeah.
But,
yep.
For the road.
Yeah.
What's it look like for 2025?
I have no idea. Hopefully some more trickled out encounters this year. But yeah, we'll do some spring turkey stuff this year. That's always fun. It's kind of it's more of a break, we do a lot of content in the fall that's pretty intentional. And whatnot. Yeah. But trips wise, I'd like to go out west if we can.
Yeah.
I've filmed out west quite a bit. I've never hunted myself, but I've been out west and it's always a blast.
Yeah.
So I'd like to get out west. And yeah, it'd be cool to do something different.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, we need.
I don't know.
We need some sort of trip. Just
Yeah.
get out of state.
That's where I'm at with it. I want something different. I should. I don't know. I think I'll draw an antelope tag this year in Wyoming.
Oh, there you go.
I ain't really got no reason or why. It's just something different, you know.
Yeah.
Take a 7 PRC out there and just shoot an antelope at 300 yards.
Yeah.
It's not something I get to do every day.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, in Tennessee, if we shoot a rifle, generally where I hunt, 100 yards is about the best you're doing.
Yeah.
So just stretch your legs a little bit and see some stuff you never seen before.
Yeah. If you get a chance to hunt with a bow, you should.
Well, I mean
I filmed
that's
that
an
and
option, but
yeah.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
a long drive.
As far as when I've been out there and I've filmed, the rifle is gonna be a pretty much done deal, and the bow is just fun.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you have the right mindset about it, it's fun.
Yeah.
It can also just drive you absolutely crazy, and then you could bring out the rifle if you wanted. But yeah, it's cool. It's fun. I've filmed them a few times, and that's a whole fun thing. Maybe we'll go do that this year. Maybe we'll go fling squares this antelope.
It'd be of the town. There's a town in Nebraska you can kill like a Eastern, a Rio, and a Merriam, all within like 10 miles apart, or they're like hybrids, and you just pick which one it is essentially. But I'd like to go there. You can kill 3.
Yeah.
I don't know if the limit's 3, but you can kill 3 different species in the same town.
You could knock it.
Yeah, that'd be south central, a little west probably. I would say.
I don't do snakes, so I don't care nothing about killing Osceola. Or I mean, really a Rio either, because they got snakes.
Yeah.
I mean, Kansas might not be bad, but like I ain't going to Texas.
I'd like to go to
I
had a buddy that went out to Montana last year.
Yeah.
And they killed birds, and it was the prettiest scenery up in the mountains.
Oh yeah.
Being the birds themselves are beautiful, but you take a pretty bird and you put it on a pretty mountain. I mean,
yeah,
it looked pretty.
I love Montana. We went there 2 or 3 years ago just as a trip. It's nice, but you better have good boots.
Yeah.
Good boots and good legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. It's something different.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we all need, I think. But we're coming into day 2 tomorrow of the ATA, and hopefully we'll knock out a few more podcasts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe some more street style content. But is there anything that you guys are looking for that you'd like to find tomorrow?
No, just nothing I'm particularly looking for, but just walk around, meet more people. That's what these.
We just enjoy the conversations.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
hear a little bit of everything at these things.
You do. Yep. Tell a lot of deer stories and hear a lot of deer stories, and just make new, networking, make new relationships, new friendships. This is the place to do it. Especially
Absolutely.
everybody in there is like-minded. We're all there for the same reason. It's all because we're bow hunters.
Yeah.
And
some of the biggest names in the country are at the show. If you're not here, you're missing out for sure.
Yeah, they are. They are. It's cool to see all those guys, and it's such a niche thing, and you put everybody under one roof, and
And everybody's friends. That's a cool.
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
you know?
yeah, everybody's friends. You can have. Obviously, there's multiple competing companies and brands under one roof, but there's no obvious bad blood.
Yeah.
The vibes are great. Everyone's happy. Everyone's, it's after deer season for everybody. So I think everybody's winding down and just glad to be around and start a new year.
For sure.
Like today, I was eating my chicken wrap, and I looked over, and Michael Waddell was just next to us over. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
there's Waddy. That's kind of cool.
I accidentally I didn't bump into him. I almost bumped into him, and then I started talking to him for a second, but it was like, yeah, if you was at any other show, you'd be surrounded.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just, everybody can just, it's a pretty chill environment.
Yeah, it is. It's
Not getting bombarded with pictures and stuff. I mean,
yeah, this is my inaugural trip at ATA, and I enjoyed this so far. I mean, it's fun.
It is fun, yeah. We were at St. Louis last year, which was different for ATA, but it was our first year there.
Yeah.
And it was cool, and we were excited to come back this year. And yeah, it's always a good time.
Yeah. Well, guys, appreciate y'all sitting down with us.
For sure.
And got a couple more days ahead of us, so
We do.
I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.